quickly. In today's Focus on Your Health, Teresa Snow shows us how an MU research team proved that's the case.
Focus on Your Health is sponsored by MU Healthcare.
People often say that kids seem to be growing up faster all the time. Well, they are. A research team at the University of Missouri recently proved that both boys and girls are actually growing earlier, reaching their full height sooner than kids did just 2 generations ago. Scientists know that kids are reaching puberty earlier, and now there's proof their bones are maturing faster too. A research team from the University of Missouri in Columbia studied the growth patterns in the hands and wrists of more than 1,000 children, paying special attention to the timing of a growth process called fusion.
A long bone grows. It grows at either end at a growth plate. And there is the main part of the bone, and then there's also a little epiphysis. When the epiphysis starts to become part of that bone with the obliteration of the growth plate, then that is the process of fusion.
Dana Duren, a researcher with the MU School of Medicine, says when fusion is complete, so is the growth of that bone.
So these are the bones some of the bones that we're looking at, right?
Her research team looked at the bones of children dating back to the 1920s and found fusion is happening faster than it used to.
Those bones stopped growing 6 to 10 months earlier in more recent children.
That's important for doctors treating kids with scoliosis, leg length differences, and growth hormone deficiency.
Clinicians working to treat those disorders, it's critical to know how developed a child is. Now you may need to look at those kids at even earlier ages.
And then
Duren says this doesn't mean that kids today are shorter. It simply sets a new normal for how fast children grow and when they can expect to reach their full height. Joining me now is Dana Duren, Director of Orthopedic Research at the MU School of Medicine. Can you tell us, is this concerning for physicians?
For physicians, I think it's a caution. The standards that are used in clinical practice are based on children that are from the early part of the last century, not modern children. So I think that that they just need to be more cautious whenever they look at maturation in children.
Now they're looking at reference books that have tables. You're actually working to rewrite those books, correct?
That's correct. I have a grant through the National Institutes of Health where we are updating the standards for skeletal maturation. We're basing these new standards on modern children, and we're increasing the diversity of that sample as well, bringing in multiple ethnicities.
That'll be a great tool for physicians. Now, what about parents? Should they be concerned?
I don't think parents need to be overly concerned about this. The changes that we see in this study have happened over a century, not overnight. So parents and grandparents are obviously feeling like their kids are growing up way too fast these days.
Always.
But what we're seeing on the outside isn't necessarily what's going on the inside. You can't see your bones as they're growing. So things are happening faster, but I don't think we're at the level of caution for parents.
Great. Thank you very much, Dana Duren. And with Focus on Your Health, I'm Teresa Snow.
Focus on Your Health has been sponsored by MU Health.